Welcome to the Something Ain't Right podcast. This is Kevin.
This is Logan.
Freddie G.
We're three guys who are just being dudes, and Wikipedia is our dictionary. Make sure to check out our socials in the description below. We got a banger of an episode. Let's get it in store. So, ever since we planned last week about what we were doing for this episode, this is the one I've been excited to get into most. Creating our own superheroes, using superheroes that already exist, combining their powers as if they had like an offspring, and this would be a new superhero. So look, why don't you get us started with this one, and then we'll just take it from there.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm hoping this is a fan favorite segment because I know a lot of people love superheroes. I'm a big Marvel guy. I haven't been watching the shit lately, like the new stuff that's been coming out, but I was huge on, when Iron Man, Spider-Man, all of them are coming out through high school, middle school. My favorite superhero is actually Spider-Man. So I chose combining him with, I'd probably say he's my second favorite superhero, who's Thor. I love Thor Ragnarok. It's one of my favorite movies ever. And I've been Spider-Man for Halloween. So I'm 24. I've probably been Spider-Man for Halloween about like 12 times. So, it's like half my lifetime I've been Spider-Man for Halloween. I actually have a Spider-Man costume that fits me, like my adult body right now. I can wear it next Halloween if I need to.
Wear it next episode.
I can wear it next episode. If people want me to wear Spider-Man next episode, just comment. But Thor and Spider-Man, could you imagine Spider-Man holding Thor's hammer? I don't know if you guys are familiar, but like you got to be worthy to hold Thor's hammer. Spider-Man obviously not, but if he was capable of that and his Thor's godly powers of thunder, and it would just be over for everybody ever. So Thor and Spider-Man. I don't know what the name of it would be. Spider Thor, Thor Man, something like that. Yeah. But just I picture Thor, like Thor's body size with like a kid face and like some type of spider suit, but just the hammer for, and then just thunder and webs coming out.
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's a good one. I like Thor too. He's one of my favorite superheroes. I was actually gonna use Spider-Man and Thor. Not together. I was gonna use Spider-Man, decide against it, and then Thor was my next idea and also decided against it. So I didn't use it for mine, but that's definitely a good one. So for mine, the two superheroes I took, first one being the Flash, and I know the Flash isn't the flashiest pick, no pun intended,
No, I
but
like it.
and all you really get from him is speed. But when I paired him with Superman, all I needed was speed. Superman has the strength, he could fly. His only weakness is kryptonite. So as long as you're living in a place that doesn't have kryptonite, you'll be fine. And with everything Superman has, if you combo that up with Flash's speed, I don't care how strong your Thor man is, and I don't care how how spider like your Spider Thor is, but the Flash Superman would be getting away for sure. So that's the combo I went with. I think you got speed. I think you got strength. You can fly. You only have one weakness. So you just got to live in a place where it doesn't have kryptonite.
I mean, the thing is though, is that they're all heroes. I would hope that Spider Thor wouldn't be fighting against Flash Superman. They'd be teaming up to just dominate anything that walks in their path.
You see, the difference between me and y'all is I like gangster people, right? Superpowers and superhumans, they're all cool and all. But if you're talking about combining two people, give me everything Captain America has with Batman's brain. It's a wrap.
Like
y'all ain't never.
I thought about using Batman too, but Batman really only his powers are just because he's super wealthy. Like he doesn't have any powers.
Intellectual, bro. That dude's mind. He has like an IQ of like 180. Like, so give me Captain America.
Yeah, it's
super
like
soldier.
180,000.
Super soldier. So we know he's sturdy, but then give me Batman's brain. I'm telling you right now, I'm smacking both of your superheroes.
You would have to catch mine, which would be difficult with Flash's speed.
First off,
that's Tyreek Hill riding a 40 right there.
So that's so
listen,
cracked.
hit him with his goddamn shield. But I mean, with all these superheroes though, where would you want to live to like fight crime?
That's the thing. See, I started this in the perspective of like where would I put Spider Thor? And Spider Thor, can't really just be the simple this is your friendly neighborhood Spider Thor, because it's no
I
longer
wouldn't. I
Spider
wouldn't
Man.
think so because the dude's freaking shooting lightning bolts out his
Right.
ass.
Right. So it's too chaotic for, little Timmy next door to be getting saved by some lightning bolt coming through his back door. So I chose to do this as if I were a spider, like Spider Thor, or like if I was a superhero, I would want to be in New York City. I mean, I would obviously I chose Earth initially, but then I narrowed it down just to being in the city. My favorite part of the movies that Spider-Man does is when he's swinging through the freaking tall ass buildings. I think the way they shoot those scenes and the way, it just feels to me as like, oh my God, that'd be so fucking dope. I
Yeah,
would
he
want to
wouldn't.
hold
He
down the
wouldn't do
city.
well in Texas.
Yeah, right. Like there's nothing to swing on. You got a cactus which is like 4 feet tall, and a little fucking dust ball. You ain't swinging from nothing over there in Texas, bro.
I'd probably go like somewhere where there's a bunch of street crime, like stabbings and purse stealings and like foreign country, like Taiwan type shit, like the slums of Taiwan. Like that's
That's
where
some
I'd be at. Hell yeah, that's
that's
definitely
some
where I'd be
badass
at.
shit for like Flash Superman though. That's
Yeah, I
dope.
think I think I'd either go with the city or go to Texas, fuck up some hillbillies. Because why not? Why not?
Because why not? That's my God-given right.
There's
Why
def
not?
there's definitely a lot of crime probably going on in the slums of East Taiwan. I
Dude,
don't
there
even know
has
what
to be.
that
I don't
looks
know
like.
anything about East Taiwan, but there's got to be slums with some shit going on.
Or like the jungles in Vietnam or like Syria.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that would actually imagine using your powers like just go forget people and crime, just go into like the wildest jungles and just like fighting apes and tigers and lions and shit.
There's no point to doing that though.
That shit would just
Literally.
be fun as hell. You're a superhero.
I would go to see the thing is East Taiwan is you're the only person that's choosing to walk into East Taiwan is one of these three super gods. Like
It's Super Flash.
yeah,
You know
Flash
what I
Super,
mean?
yeah, Super Flash, Spider Thor, or fucking Fred. What did you do? Did Captain America
Hey,
and
Captain America, Batman, Catman,
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 Catman full
Bat,
of cat.
Catman.
Cat Bat. All right,
At
that's what's up.
America.
Yeah, so for the next piece that we're gonna roll right into, I honestly like when we do these type of segments. You guys will get familiar, listeners, as we continue on with more of these type of ideas. This week we're bringing to the table something called Keep One. If you guys never heard of it before, we got to bring 3 items to the table. Yeah, they're going to be similar to each other, kind of in the same category, but it's keep one. We list 3, you only get to keep one. 2 of them are straight out the window. You don't get to see them ever again. So I'm going to start this one off for you guys because I want to know what you guys have to say. Keep one.
All right, let's
Poop,
hear it.
poop, fart, or burp for the
I don't
rest of
want
your
none of
life.
them. I don't want none of them. If I could choose not to do any of them, I wouldn't. It's just inconvenience.
Well, it's either you get to poop like we do for the rest of your life, you get to rip farts, or you get to burp like a maniac. You got to cut 2 of them out of your life for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I think I'm keeping burp because there is nothing when you're either like eating or you're drinking some beers and you have like this full ass stomach feeling, and then all of a sudden you just let out this biggest belch like from the bottom and the depths of your stomach. You just feel so relieved and so clear after. I think that I would definitely go with burp in that situation. Because if I could never shit again and like be normally like health wise be fine, like my body was cool with not shitting, that would also be like a big plus to me. So like keeping
Wow,
burp all the way.
you take some mean shits.
No, it's just like,
Uh,
dude, it's just like a waste of time. Like, what are we doing here?
What was the other one
I
again?
ate a burger at 2 o'clock. Why am I
or
wasting
fart.
10 minutes in
Fart?
the
Yeah,
bathroom?
poop or fart or burp.
Hey man, I feel like if I don't take a shit, it ain't right, man. I don't know, because I don't always fart and I don't always burp. But guess what I do every day? I take a shit. So just taking that out of the equation, it's just gonna feel weird.
That's a logical answer there. My relief that I get, like you're talking about the relief from burping, Kev, which you kind of brought something to my attention I never really thought about. Like if you're having a nice soda, you let out like a fat burp, does feel very nice. But that sensational feeling I got when I thought about pooping. I'm not getting rid of pooping, dude. I love coming home after work. This is getting real like TMI-ish right now, but I love shitting after work and just having like a nice 45 minutes just to myself in the bathroom.
Well,
Love
you
it.
guys like, are you guys routine shitters? Like, do you
Oh
always shit at
yeah.
the same time every day?
Yep.
Nah, not the same time, but I shit at least once a day. You
Well, I
gotta
hope
shit at
so.
least once
I
a day.
hope so.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. Well, unless you're constipated, you gotta like, there goes your keep on. You can't keep on if you're constipated. You can't
although
keep
I
pooping.
will say there's only one instance which I'll take like burp is because I ain't gonna lie to you. There's been times like where I didn't take a shit last night, and I wake up and I'm like, all right, I gotta get to work. And my commute to work is like 35 minutes. 5 minutes in, I gotta take the meanest shit ever, but I'm on a highway. So if I don't have to get that feeling in the morning, then yeah, I would never want to shit again. But like that's the only time. And then like I don't know if you know, but when you got to take a shit and you hold it in, all it does is create gas. So when you take a shit, it looks like you have diarrhea. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Sometimes I think about holding it in even more though, just to have a better sensation of like when it finally
What
does
the
come out.
nah,
No,
no,
you
no,
guys don't
hell
do that.
no, no,
I'm
no.
just a weirdo then, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, somebody take us
All
off the
right,
poop
all
talk.
right, I got you. So for mine, I went a little different route. I went, more money based. So mine would be, would you keep 5 million up front, 10,000 a month for the rest of your life, which to give you insight would take 41 and a half years to be paid the 5 million, and then you start making money? Or would you take a perfect credit score with 500,000 in cash?
Fuck a perfect credit score. 5 million up front. Easy. 5 million up front, start my own business, invest in buying
But
that
so the reason, so you just said to get in business though, but you said fuck a perfect credit score. But a perfect credit score and 500,000 in cash can get you way more than 5 million to spend. I get you're still in debt to that 5 million or that 10 million you borrow, but you'd have more capital up front. So if you trust yourself in the business sense, the credit score might be the way to go, to be honest.
I'm probably gonna fuck it up then. I'm sticking with the 5 million up front, but I'll probably be the guy that just blows that shit like an idiot then.
Also, I mean,
Yeah.
10,000 a month is a smart choice. Like
That's the
I'm
safe
only
play.
I'm
That's
only
the safe play.
26, so 41 and a half years, I'll be 67. So, I mean, if I just start, you never have to work again. If you're just getting a
Wait, what
check
did
for
you said
10
it was
grand a month,
10 grand a month?
yeah,
That's
you'd be paid.
120K salary, bro.
Yeah, you'd be paid back in 41 and a half years. So if you're 20 years old, which I mean, I'm not, I'm older, but if you're 20 years old, you'd be 61 and a half when you're paid back. And you can never work
Mm,
again. You're just getting a check for 10 grand a month. Where are you going to find a job that's worth working
I feel like we
without
can chalk
stress?
angles on all three of these. Fred, what are you doing?
Honestly, it's tough because like the reason the perfect credit score would benefit me is because like I can use like VA loans where I can buy houses without down payments. So perfect credit score with 500K,
All right.
I could probably buy like 12 houses or commercial real estate with that because of just how much capital and lenders are just going to give me money because I'm gonna have 500K in assets and a perfect credit score on an evaluation. Like Kev said, they'll probably let me borrow up to 5 million, if not more. So as long as I'm not being stupid, I could probably triple that within 5 years and I'll get my 5 million back. So that's probably the best bet. But if I'm just trying to chill, yeah, give me my 5 million up front.
Yeah, I know. That'd be fun. Because then you could go take a fat vacation right off the rip and then like start thinking logically.
But if
Or
you
take
got
like
10K a
multiple
month,
fat.
if you got 10K a month, like you could do the same thing. It might take you like 3 months to save first. But like once you have 20 to
Yeah.
30 grand in the bank, you could take a balling ass vacation still. You know what I mean?
But
Could you
see,
imagine getting
10K a month to me is not enough to stop working.
Yeah,
like
see, I would
my
still
day
work.
job.
If I did 10K a month, I'd
You
probably
know what I
still
mean?
work. But then you
Do
would
you
just be
guys do
making
you
like
guys
200K.
currently make more than 10K a month?
No,
No, but I'm not that far off.
So,
I'm far off.
but my point is, you get that 10K literally till the day you die. Do you think if your expenses now aren't passing your 10K, which you're not making? Let's say you guys each make 6K a
Yeah.
month. If you're not passing the expenses in 6K and you're still living a comfortable life where you can save, if I'm going to give you 10K just for opening your eyes every day that month, till the day you die, you're going to be 95. Like there,
I
you don't
could
even
move
need
out of my parents' house.
you
I
don't
still
even
live
need a
with my parents.
retirement fund, dude. Like
Yeah,
you're
but
Yeah.
with more money and nothing to do, that means you start spending more money.
you
'Cause at
definitely
least I
probably
know-
start spending more, but as long as you're still smart, if
'cause
you were
I-
if you were smart for like a year and a half straight, you could probably turn that 10K a month into
Something big.
yeah, at least 80K where you could put that away and then just start living life like having fun. Like no, you can't go get an expensive ass golf membership, but yeah, you could probably golf 2-3 times a week.
Could you imagine seeing 5 million in cash like straight in front of you? I'd probably pass out, to be honest.
Well, they say whatever, like if you present somebody an option, like, yo, Logan, how much money would it take you to, I don't know, jump off this roof? You know what I mean? Some dumb shit. Whatever number you say, apparently if I like say you say 5 million, if I put 2.5 million in front of you in cash, you would still do it. So apparently, like if you actually present hard cash of half the value the person said, they would still do it, statistically speaking.
Get your stats from, bro.
Somebody did a study back on that back in the day.
You gotta send me that guy you're talking to.
Yeah, so mine is pretty sociable. Fuck, can't even speak. Beer, hard liquor, vape, or weed. Anything that is your cup of tea. Weed, nicotine, tobacco, you name it.
Beer.
So
Beer.
you cut out the other two for the rest of your life?
Yeah, beer. Because there's nothing like if you have a hard day at work, there's nothing like that first beer.
Yeah, but even if you get drunk off of beer, you cannot bum a cig if you're drunk as
I
hell.
don't usually
You
do
cannot
that
bum.
anyway.
You
So.
cannot bum a vape. You can't smoke your vape. You can't smoke weed. You
Really,
can't
it's
do any of that.
for me, it's down to the hard liquor or the beer because I don't smoke or do anything like that. So it would be beer because fucking I hate being drunk off liquor sometimes, dude. Sometimes you get like beer you can at least enjoy, have like, 3-4 beers. Like today, I golfed today, had a couple beers, and then I'm back home. But like if I went out and golfed today, had a couple shots, like who knows where I'd be right now. I
Yeah, I'm
probably would
going
be late.
beer.
What'd
I'd
you
be
shoot
late
today?
to this. I shot 80, bro. I haven't been out in a while, but I shot 80. Had a good day. Missed I was telling Kev, I missed a 4-footer on the last hole for 79. Wanted to throw my putter as far as I could.
What's the best round you ever had?
Me?
Yeah,
77.
it's fire.
77 or 76 at Pennsauken.
Nah, I've hit 77 before on the front nine.
My best is 81.
81, yeah. Dude, I remember like Kev, did you play in the high school team for golf?
Yeah, well, so I was real shitty. My first year when I started, I was like, dude, I was shooting like for 18s, I was shooting like 120s. And then
Yeah.
I was a junior when I joined. By the end of my junior year, I was shooting like high 90s, low hundreds. And then by the end of my senior year, I was shooting like high 80s, occasionally mid 80s. Now I'm like regularly mid 80s, occasionally low 80s.
I'm the same thing. I went out my junior year and high school, like we only played 9 holes. It was 9-hole practice, 9-hole
Yeah.
matches. So I remember my first the tryout week, I had my first ever 9 holes. I was so nervous, bro. I just wanted to make the team. Like all my friends, not all of them, but a lot of my friends were already on the team for golf. And they got me to come out. I was a soccer guy, so golf was just like a secondary thing. And I remember I shot like 61 on 9 holes. And I'm like, there is no chance that this guy takes me. Because like everybody came in like the 40s and 50s, and then there was like Logan at like 61, but I couldn't even get the ball off the ground.
I was in a okay spot because our team sucked, so I actually missed tryouts and then got in touch with the head coach after and told him I wanted to try out. And like I just said, I was shooting 120s for 18. So I was shooting like high 50s, low 60s for nines. And I still was the number one golfer on the team. Cause like every match, you know, how they pair you up like our number one goes against
Yeah,
their
yeah,
school's number
yeah.
one, our number two versus their school's
Yeah.
number two. I was always the number one. And I just constantly get my ass kicked. But everybody else was so bad. I just had to be the number one, dude.
Yeah, that's a great story, bro. I forgot. Yeah, they like match you up. Like, yeah, I was like the 4 or the 5, so it'd always be like joke around time when the 4 and the 5 and the 6 would go out.
Fred picked up golf like recently in life.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
for the listeners, real quick, for the listeners that don't know, the Shanky Golf sponsor that we're carrying right now got initiated by Fred. So hats off to Fred for the sponsor. He's the first and the one and only.
Which check it out. I know he's not wearing it today, but the last 2 episodes, Fred has been wearing a Shanky Golf hat. He's actually got it right there. Check it out. Use our promo code. Listen to the ad read. It's gonna be something ain't right, but definitely check it out.
Sir.
but
Well, dude,
no,
when we
yeah.
were, go
Was
ahead,
that?
Freddie. Go ahead.
Oh, so I was gonna say, no, yeah, I'm right now. I just shot 94 the other day, but I'm between on a regular tee time 97 and 105. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
94 is solid then for you, right?
Yeah,
good
it wasn't
day.
bad. Yeah, the front nine I shot 49, and then the back that's when I shot, what is it, 47? No, yeah, no, 44. It was pretty low.
I
Whatever adds up to
always,
fucking 94.
I always play the back nine 3 to 6 strokes better.
Yeah, I think I was 11 over on the back nine.
Like if I
I
shoot
was
a
playing bogey
48 on the
golf.
front, I know I'm shooting a 45 or better on the back.
I did the op. I shot 39, 41 today. Just pissed. All right, Kev, take us to the next one.
So next we're gonna do craziest ways to die.
Oh,
Mine's actually kind of nuts. So imagine dying because of your beard. Like, yes, the beard that sits on your face. Because in 1567, there was a fire, and Hans Steininger, he had this long beard. It's what he was known for. If you look him up, it actually comes up like longest beard, all that. He was
1562.
Dude, he was 59 and there was a fire, and on his way out of the building to safety, tripped on his beard and died. It's over 450 years since his death, and his beard is still on display at the District Museum of Herzogsburg. Herzogsburg, Herzogsburg. So it's on display if you're interested in a 450-year-old just monster of a beard. But I thought that was pretty nuts. Like, it was just a fire, had to get out of the crib, nothing crazy. Dude trips on his own beard, ends up dead.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. Fred, what you got? Something crazy?
Hey man, what you ever heard about swinging a bat so hard your bladder ruptures and you die?
Excuse me?
Like
imagine
a baseball bat?
a baseball bat. A baseball bat. You're
Did
just
that
up
happen
there.
to somebody?
Yes, it did. You're up there in the batting cage or whatever, or at a game, and you're just there. You're like, hey, I'm about to hit this one dead center for 395. And you swing your shoes off. Mind you, the ball's exit velo is probably like 110. And next thing you know, your bladder just rips in two because you swung that bat so hard.
Who died like this?
How does that
Dude's
happen,
name,
bro?
his name was Governor Morris. Like, not a governor, but his name was Governor Morris in 1816. Supposedly, he fucking swung a bat so hard that it ruptured his bladder.
I hope this shit don't. That's just, it's sad when you think about it, but then it's so fucking funny. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah,
All
that's
right, let me
pretty
give.
gnarly.
I got a couple good ones. I actually thought I thought about a couple, like just off the top, like what if somebody died this way, and then I found like a funny one. Could you guys imagine getting stuck in your chimney and just dying in your chimney? I was sitting,
What is he, Santa Claus?
when I was writing this one, I was sitting in my living room and I'm like looking around, like and I like gazed across the chimney. I'm like, bro, could you imagine somehow getting stuck in there?
Like doing chimney cleaning.
And nobody, like, you're trying to yell, but you're like, all you hear is like a muffle. everybody else is eating
Or
dinner.
dude, like you're in there and they don't know you're in there. They like have a
Bro.
fire going in the fireplace
Oh,
for the
bro, my
chimney.
heart. Oh, my anxiety's going through the roof right now.
Dude, yeah, it's
I'm
nuts.
I'm not a claustrophobic person, but that's a little too snug for
Well,
me, bro.
so one of my biggest fears is being buried alive. Like somebody pronounces me dead, but I'm not actually dead, and
Oh,
then being buried. So like that kind of has the same feeling, like
and you
being
just
stuck in
can't
a
get out.
chimney,
Like, could
not being able to
you?
get
Oh
out. Yeah.
yeah, bro.
You guys ever get sleep paralysis?
What's that?
No, I had it
So
once and it
sleep,
was nuts.
yeah, I get that a couple of times a year. So basically, you're sleeping. Your brain's in REM, so like you're dreaming, but somehow your conscience wakes up, and like your brain doesn't send the sensors to its body, so your entire body's asleep, but you're up and your eyes are closed, and you cannot move.
I don't think I mean that could have happened to me last night. I just never even heard of this,
Yeah, so like you're literally like you're laying down and you're awake, but you're asleep. It's kind of like being in a coma, but
bro.
you know that you're awake and you can't get up. Sometimes like when it's like bad for me, I'll have to like, all right, I'm gonna jump up, and then I'll jump up, and then I'll
Scary,
just
bro.
yeah.
That's so scary to think about. Maybe that happens to me every night and I just don't realize it. I've gotten good at just waking myself up. All right, let me keep
Well,
going. Ready?
hold
So I
on.
got
I always wanted to try lucid dreaming. You know what that is?
yeah, somebody talked to me about that.
Dude, it's like where you like are in a dream, but you know you're in a dream, but you're like fully in dream mode, but like you're
Yeah.
like you've picked up on the fact it's a dream. Dude, it's and like it's some nutty shit. Like one
And
time
then yeah,
I told people I was in a dream. In the dream, I told them I knew I was in a dream and the whole dream turned bad. It's wild,
that's
dude.
crazy, bro.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
person I was talking to said like, and then you if you remember a lot about your dream, you write it down and then you read it right before bed the next night, and you'll probably, chances are you might go back into that same dream. Like, how crazy is
Yeah,
that,
that's
dude?
What's
crazy.
I
and
never chose.
I'm gonna tell you guys something that I never told anybody. So I honestly believe with all the dreams that I have, if I were to write down the idea, they'd be fucking books bestsellers. Because
You
I
got
be
some good
having some
dreams.
crazy dreams. I'm not talking about like no apocalyptic shit. Like I'm talking about crazy plots of just like I remember like I had a dream once where this dude I guess like murked my wife and my family. And like I'm searching for this dude and I'm like a detective in Pennsauken or whatever. Come to find out I killed my family. But it was like this whole thing
Dude,
of
that's a
just me
movie.
going.
What movie is that? I've seen that movie.
Maybe that's why I dreamed it. Maybe I saw that movie, but
That's
like throughout
fucked.
this whole thing, like I keep seeing this guy down the way. It's kind of like what's that like Shutter Island, like Shutter Island.
Yeah, That's one of my favorite movies, bro.
Yeah,
So
no,
he,
that's my
yeah,
number one favorite movie.
yeah. So he didn't kill his wife. His wife killed the kids or whatever. But then he went crazy. But like for me, it was like I visually saw someone kill my family, and I was trying to chase them down, and I was going months on months, and then like come to find out, I find in my dream, the whole thing is a dream within a dream itself. So like when I come face to face with this guy, it's me, like Gemini Man, Will Smith type shit,
Yeah.
and then boom, I wake up. But like I just be having like crazy dreams like that all the time, and like I always tell myself like I got to start remembering everything and writing it down, and like fucking presenting it to like a publisher and see if they could work with it.
Yeah,
That could be like a little side gig for you.
Yeah.
All right, let
that
me give
should
you
be cool.
number two. Ready? Wintertime, imagine this is another one I thought of. You're wearing like a nice scarf. Somehow, like you're crossing the road or something, and that scarf gets like stuck in the tire of like a guy going 60 miles an hour past you.
It's like some Final Destination type shit.
Yeah, it's scary, bro. I put going at least 60 miles an hour. um,
58's not no bueno, you know?
right.
No bueno.
Another one, like Fred, I just wrote, imagine holding your piss until you died, or like just like not being able to go or something and your bladder erupts, but that's kind of like the baseball bat
Can
from
you imagine if you were not
eighteen
pissing?
sixteen.
Can you imagine if you weren't pissing and then swung the baseball bat and your bladder erupted and
Um,
then the inside of you was just piss everywhere?
and it's just like
That shit would be wild.
explodes or something.
So
But
much infection.
here's the crazy one though. In 2011, Fagiliu Fagiliu suffered a heart attack, was wrongly pronounced dead, They had like a funeral for him or her. I don't know what Fagiliu is, but woke up at her. Oh, here it says woke up at her own funeral in Kazan, Russia. When she opened the coffin and saw what was happening at her own funeral, she suffered another heart attack and then actually died.
Well, dude, again, that kind of ties into my fear of being buried alive, dude. Like she was about to be. That's why she had a heart attack and actually died. She's like, damn, these people are really about to bury me, dude.
Oh, that is so
Yo,
fucked.
you know what's a crazy way to die that like people don't talk about, and it's actually like a normal death? Like when people die of grief. Like just think about that. Like, how is that even possible?
Dude, yeah, my grandfather, so I had a grandmother that passed away, and then literally like 2 days later, my grandfather died.
But you know what I mean? Like it's a crazy ass way to die, but it's like socially normal. Like, you know, when you get the death certificate and everything, it says like, you know, oh, he or she died of grief, and it's like, damn, crazy. But like, that's a fucking crazy ass way to die, bro.
Yeah.
Like I get it, it's rough. Like, you know, you just lost a loved one, but like, how does that even work? Like,
That's the power of the mind, bro, and the emotions we feel as humans. Something that puts us all on levels. We all feel, we all have emotions, you know. So dying of grief, that's crazy. I think that definitely gets overlooked, like you're saying. It's wild to think about, though.
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just a crazy ass way to die, and like, it's not in none of these craziest ways to die list. You like you hear all this funny shit, like crazy shit, like damn, bro, like fucking dude swings a bat and ruptures his bladder or getting stuck in a chimney.
Dying of
But
grief is literally dying of something ain't right.
literally,
Like
Yeah.
literally.
like literally.
All right, I think we're a little overdue for a word from our sponsors. So let's get to that, and then we'll be right back to you. Shank It Golf, the place you need to go for your golf needs. Find high-quality golf apparel from hats, polos, t-shirts, and hoodies. Shank It Golf will deliver free on orders over $75, and Shank It Golf has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop at Shank It Golf for all your golf apparel needs and use coupon code Something Ain't Right. That's coupon code SOMETHINGAINTRIGHT. All right. Welcome back. So we just left off with worst ways to die. So let's keep the worst theme going and get into worst pieces of technology. So I got 3 of them. One of them you can't even purchase. The other 2 you can purchase. So let's start with the one you can't purchase. A man named Mick Madden, M-I-C-K Madden. He invented a goldfish walker because he wanted to be able to take his goldfish out on a stroll with him through I believe he was from London or some part of England.
Shit,
So it's literally this apparatus he built that
So
it's
fun.
almost like a wagon where it has an arm like that he pulls, and then at the end of like where the wagon would be, it's like this little PVC pipe like cube almost, and the fishbowl sits inside the cube, and he just is very sturdy in there, and then you know you can walk your goldfish. The next
fucking stupid.
the next one cost $14.29. It is probably the most pointless piece of technology that ever existed. So I don't know if you guys ever heard from, you know, your parents or, you know, older people in your lives, but there used to be a thing called a pet rock that you could purchase, and it did absolutely nothing. It was just a rock. It was a pet rock. You paid money for it, and it did nothing. It was just a rock. Well, now they have the new version. We'll call it the Pet Rock 2.0. It's a USB pet rock. So you plug it into your USB slot on your computer, and it does absolutely nothing. It's just a rock on the end of a USB stick. The creator of the USB rock, USB pet rock, went on to say its only purpose is it's a great conversation piece because you can make up a cool story about it.
I guess. What the fuck?
And then my final one, which ranges anywhere from $43 to $100, a company named Hydrotech Shoes tried to make air-conditioned shoes. However, their version of air-conditioned shoes was to just cut holes in the bottom of the shoe. So when you walked, you got a nice little breeze on the bottom of your foot. So those are my 3 worst pieces of technology.
People are so stupid, bro.
It's ideas like that
shit.
make me know I'm gonna be all right in life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, mine are pretty like slow. Look at that. Your boy's coming up in the world, eh? That's an insider. My first one's called Pavlok. So if you didn't know what Pavlok is, Pavlok was like back in the day they created this watch, right? This watch had watts on the side of it, so if you did a bad habit, it zap you. Now, how did it know you did a bad habit? You don't know. So that thing would just zap you for no reason throughout the day. That's why it's arguably one of the worst pieces of technology. But yeah, so like let's say you were sitting down and it's been like an hour, it zap you because it's like I guess it was supposed to be like
It's so
a
stupid,
a
bro.
Fitbit, like a like the
Yeah.
Fitbits, but to make you move around so you're not, gaining more weight throughout the day, I guess. But yeah, that one's kind of
I got three to go right off of what you just did. I found this thing called the Happy Fork, and it would it would like zap your hand, or like it would like make a noise or like make an alert if you were either eating too fast, eating too slow, or not eating at all. Like the reviews or something somebody wrote was like, fuck a fork, I'll just eat with my fucking hands, and that thing started telling me what to do. To go off the shoes that you found too, Kev, I found a pair of shoes. It was called the Denso vacuum shoes, and I don't know how much they were, but I just saw like the whole contraption. It was like the biggest unnecessary shoe ever, but you would walk around and it was just vacuum for you as you walked.
If I mean, in theory, if it worked, it would be dope. But I'm imagining it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I don't think I think it backfired. And then the last one I found was the Charmin Rollbot, and this was something that they like, it was a concept piece of tech. It never actually went fully through, but it was some type of little robot that would deliver your Charmin toilet paper like to your house or something. Like it was like in the time that like the toilet paper was like on back order and nobody could get toilet paper. They thought about doing like some type of delivery bot for your toilet paper. It
That's
was like I
awesome.
saw a picture of it, yeah, but it was weird because it looked like it was inside the house. So I don't know if it was something that would like
It
go
just
get your
comes on in.
I don't know if it was something that would go get your toilet paper from like the closet and then bring it to the toilet, because like say you're sitting on the toilet and you're like, shit, I'm out of toilet paper. Let me just call the Charmin Rollbot and he can hook me up with a new roll. Like,
That's wild.
hey, I also found a watch that's a calculator. Only a calculator though. Nothing else.
Doesn't
oh,
even
I
keep the time.
Doesn't tell time. It doesn't even have like a stopwatch. It's just a watch with a calculator.
dude, I found a watch now that you're telling me about that. I found a watch, bro. I forget what it was called. Fuck, I'm not, because the sites I was on, I'm like, I'm never gonna find that again. But it was a watch that had no watch face. It was kind of like that. Like it was like no watch face, nothing. And all it was like the color of like your birthstone or something. But it like it's like what, it was like $300 too. Like the fuck's paying that?
Dude, people do though, I'm telling you.
And it said in the description too, like it was an actual product, and it said like this watch does not tell time. Like
The whole purpose of a watch.
yeah, right.
All right, well, that was worst pieces of technology, which kind of leads us into our next thing, sticking with the worst theme, worst things that could possibly happen. Cocaine falling out of your pocket at the White House sounds like a pretty bad thing to have happened, but apparently it's happened to somebody. They found, a small little baggie of cocaine. It came out that it was in a public area. Later, they found out it wasn't in such a public area, which means it had to be somebody that had high security clearance to get to the part of the White House they found it.
I bet you
Crazy,
it was a
bro.
Marine. I bet you it was a Marine. I'll put bread on that.
I'll be the guy. I'll be the guy who lets the people know that live under rocks, because I'm also somebody that lives under a rock. What's going on right now? Like I did last week with the whole Zion skit. But for those of you who have not heard, there's been cocaine found at the White House. Speculations are being put upon Joe Biden's son Hunter, who has a drug addiction problem in his past.
I mean, dude, a week
And-
ago it was found him taking a picture in a nice ass supercar going 150 miles an hour with a crack pipe in his hand.
Like,
Didn't
bro,
he have a? Didn't he have like a leak, like a video of him being butt naked?
Yeah, well, we don't necessarily got to go there because that's a little dark. But apparently, he was, taking exposing pictures of himself and sending it to his underage niece at the time.
yeah, weirdo. But U.S. President's son, Hunter Biden,
Allegedly, I don't want to say that's factual. That's just what I saw.
Allegedly, look at you. That guy's PR trained.
Here we go. Connection was made as Hunter Biden has a history of a drug addiction, but the discovery was made 2 days after he was last seen at the White House as he headed to Camp David. What do you know? Drops bag of cocaine on the east side of the White House, peels off, goes to Camp David. Like,
I don't know what Camp David is, but that's sus as hell.
Yeah, that's an escape plan.
So, for those who don't know what Camp David is arguably the most fortified base in all of America.
Is it really?
More fortified than the nukes we hold in like those weird ass states like Montana and Nevada, that you won't even know. Like about 10 miles out, like there's a sign saying like if you cross this, like we're gonna give you one warning or we'll shoot you on sight because there are nuclear plants and stuff.
So he's just got like a free pass to go in there then, right?
Yeah. So Camp David is the president's retreat. So it's basically where the president goes for high class meetings or, vacation with the family because it's on the lakefront and it has all this stuff. But yeah, you like even a person that's high, like give me somebody high up that's in the White House, like
Hunter Biden.
No, not Hunter Biden, like just any random politician who talks to the president on a day-to-day. Just anybody, right? That person had to be on the list 12 hours prior before showing up to Camp David.
Oh, so
no matter if
that blows my speculations here because I'm thinking like, say Hunter was in the White House 2 days prior, right? Like it said in this description here, and he's leaving the White House, but he was really going to play golf or something, right? And then it hits him in the car ride that he left his cocaine bag in the east side of the White House. He's like, oh shit, I gotta peel off to Camp David. So maybe he put in his 12-hour heads up, went and played 2 rounds of golf. Then he showed up at Camp David, and the rest
golf
is
there because
history.
there's a golf course on Camp David too.
Oh yeah, there, dude. Sign me up as an FBI agent. I have you pinned, Hunter.
Yeah, I think it has. Pinned. So it has tennis courts. It has a full blown basketball court, glass, lake, boats. Like it's vacation for presidents. Because remember, I'm going a little off track, but for people that don't understand, like once you become a president, you no longer live a normal life. So Secret Service will be assigned to you for the rest of your life. You cannot own a phone. You cannot do a lot of things, and that's a vacation spot. So like that's where they go to vacation. They can't go to Disney World. They can't go to. That's like their vacation.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. Here you go, Kev. Though a recent video of Hunter Biden allegedly showing him driving 172 miles an hour on a drive to Las Vegas was also linked with the cocaine story.
Yeah, nah, dude. I mean, it's kind of a gnarly story. I would say Joe's got a lot on his mind, but I don't know how much mind Joe's got left. So
it wasn't in the East Wing; it was in the West Wing. If that makes a difference.
That's good. That's a relief.
Yeah, I know, because the East Wing. No,
because we've been picking on the East a little bit with this episode. The East Wing, East Tahiti,
East Taiwan, East Taiwan. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, I feel bad for the president because
U.S. President Joe Biden was not president at the White House at the time, as he was with his family at Camp David in Maryland for 4th of July celebrations. So Joe was already at Camp David. Hunter said, I got to show up late because I'm trying to do a couple lines in the West Wing, drops his baggie, peels off to Camp David, high as kite, and then they find the bag.
Well, here's what I'm saying, right? Like if say I committed a crime, like I robbed a gas station or something, and on the way out of the gas station I dropped a bag of cocaine. They would run that bag for DNA and try to figure out who I am because I just robbed the gas station. But you find a bag of cocaine in the White House and nobody thinks, let's see if there's any fingerprints on this to find out whose it is.
I'm not like I'm tippy toeing around that bag and I'm walking straight out of that room and I'm
Or
acting
you're
like I
telling
never
me
even
that
saw it, bro.
that section's not cameraed? Like they 100% in-house know who dropped it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I do that at work. Like you got to run the cameras back to like when the bag's not there, and then you're like, oh, there it is, and then you like play it in slow mo, and you just see the bag. Yeah, it's Hunter Biden, bro. It's pinned. I love
Or
how the
freaking-
speculations they talk about a
or-
video from 4 years
or it
ago
was,
of him going 170.
Corporal Schmucky. Corporal Schmucky.
Or like the janitor, like the cleaner guy of the West Wing.
Could be
Nah,
Kamala.
There's
whoever
gotta be,
that, whoever it is has some balls on them.
yeah. There's
That's all
always
I
a
know.
back.
Maybe not. It could be Kamala, dude.
Thing, bro.
Like
We'll never
You
get
gotta-
the story.
you gotta have some balls to do that. To just have cocaine in your pocket and say, hey, I'm gonna take a tour to White House today.
I mean,
go,
dude,
let's go.
Snoop Dogg smoked weed in the bathroom of the White House before.
Legend.
Snoop-
But he's
Snoop
got
Dogg-
he's like a free pass on that. Like
Snoop it says Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg will smoke weed wherever he feel like. All right. At this point, I believe any establishment that goes up, there's a sign that says
yeah,
no weed smoking on the premises unless you're Snoop Dogg.
unless it's Snoop. Yeah. That was like what Hunter was thinking. He's like, oh, I'm on Snoop's level of fucking
Dude
weed.
rolled up a blunt on was it Super Bowl 53? Well, the one where he rolled up a blunt and he started crip walking.
Yeah, I
On
was at the
national
Wiz,
TV.
I was at the Wizard Snoop concert when like the cage fell, like the fence fell, and everybody got hurt, like in the tunnel at BB&C. But I remember seeing like Wiz was smoking, but Snoop was just like blowing down beat. They had like a smoke off at the beginning of the concert. I kid you not, like the length of my screen right now was the size of fucking Snoop Dogg's joint. It was like it was so heavy that it was like bending
Bowing
down.
over,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was bowing, bro. But no, I like that. Hunter thought he was on Snoop's level. Hunter's like, oh, I'm the fucking Snoop of cocaine. Let me do a line in the West Wing. Boom. Drops the bag.
Off
Yeah.
topic. How much money you think he spends on weed a year?
Who,
Snoop?
Snoop?
Yeah.
Oh, a fortune. He
Easy.
probably grows though, bro.
Easy
So
6 figures.
he definitely grows and has so many farms, so he don't gotta spend shit.
You
Easy
heard
6
about
figures.
you heard about his the dude that rolls up his weed, like makes 6 figures a year. That's his
So he
job.
pays him.
Nah,
just
I
to
think he
roll
makes
up.
like 50, but yeah, his only job
That's
is
so
to
awesome,
roll
bro.
up.
Some celebrities like.
But nah, he doesn't. He said
so-
he said when
so
that
wild.
COVID shit went down, he fired his blunt roller.
And started rolling them himself.
Yeah, dude. That's a quote. That's a quote. When that
so
COVID
goated.
shit went down. All right, well, that gets us into our next topic of start bench cut, where we each give 3 options and we got start one, bench one, cut one. And it leads into mine perfectly because I did start bench cut of the Joes. So you either got to start bench cut Joe Biden, Joe Exotic, or the good old cup of Joe. So I'm gonna start with this one since it is mine. It's really easy for me. I gotta start the cup of Joe. I have a cup of coffee every morning. There's nothing like it. It gets my day going. I actually just had a cup of coffee, right before we recorded this. Cup of Joe's a staple in my life, hands down. Then with the bench, I gotta put Joe Exotic on the bench, dude. He's just
Yeah, you know you're a serial killer, right?
who, me?
Yeah, for drinking coffee in a glass cup. You're a serial killer, bro.
It was actually the first. No, it's actually the
You're-
first time
no,
I ever
you're-
did it. It's the
you're a
first time I ever
serial
did it,
killer,
and I
bro.
did it, and it felt weird.
You're a serial killer,
I
bro.
was just letting him go, but
Yeah, no, when I
Nah,
did it, it felt
You
weird.
you can't let that go, man.
So in the bench spot, I got Joe Exotic because to me, Joe Exotic is the staple bench player. He's got pizzazz. He serves a purpose, plays his role. He knows his role, and he does it well. He'll get the team fired up. You need a guy like Joe Exotic in your locker room, hands down. There's just no debate about it. Which does leave us cutting Joe Biden. There's just too much attached to his name, from the cocaine scandals to him saying God bless the Queen after gun control speech. So There's clearly just too much going on in the man's head. So I'm definitely gotta let Joe let him walk.
Let him walk.
Hey, yeah, I think I'm gonna start Cup of Joe too, man. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I drink fruity coffee at Starbucks. So you know what I mean. If you remember the last episode, I spent like at least $100 in Starbucks. I think I'm gonna bench Joe Biden though, because the reason I'm gonna bench Joe Biden is because Joe Exotic can't be nowhere near my roster. All right, dude's funny, I get it, but that dude is on a different level. He is unchained, so he cannot be near anything that I do because I'm gonna end up in a murder scandal. Yeah, I'm gonna end up in a murder
that
scandal.
face right there is dedicated to his work.
I'm gonna end up in a murder scandal. I'm gonna have a tiger in my bedroom. Like I'm gonna have. There's too much going on. That's the reason why the president got to get benched, and I'm cutting Joe Exotic because,
No,
like, the name says it all, bro. The name says it all, bro. Joe
That's what I'm
Exotic,
saying.
like,
He came in the league with a
no,
nickname. He's destined
no.
for greatness, dude.
I'm not. I'm sorry, bro. Like, at least the president on the bench. He'll throw some stimmy
He'll be
checks
a-
here, stimmy checks there. We
Turn
get
into
stimmies.
Oprah. Everybody
You
gets
know what I
stimmy
mean?
checks.
Everybody get checks. Joe Exotic, all he doing is freaking.
Yeah,
bro.
team
I
morale
can't,
through the
bro.
roof, dude.
I can't.
I'm gonna start from the
can't.
bottom up. I'm cutting Joe Biden's ass because
Facts.
I'm giving him no place to sleep. He's not sleeping on my bench, and he's not gonna sleep in the game. So he's getting cut. He can sleep on his walkout. Next in line is the Cup of Joe. I'm not a coffee drinker. This is a tough choice though between Joe Exotic and Cup of Joe.
Tough
but
choice.
It's a tough choice
I'm
because
telling you, you sleep on Joe Exotic, dude.
we're talking about a team sport here, and I agree, Kev. People sleep on him because Cup of Joe is only going to get me ready for the game. But if I bring Joe Exotic,
Everybody ready.
everybody ready.
Everybody
bro.
ready.
Are you kidding me? So I think putting the Cup of Joe on the bench and the whole team sees the Cup of Joe on the bench, knowing we can't touch it. We got Joe Exotic to
Like
help
Joe
us out.
Exotic would make you change the mascot to the Kool-Aid Man because he'd have everybody running through brick walls.
Yeah, we'd be fired up, bro. And the other team would be scared.
Fired up with 10 concussions, bro. You guys are thinking very short term. Like Joe Exotic is going to run that team to the ground, talking about, all right, guys, instead of practice, we're going to drink today. All right.
Instead of practice, we're gonna drop grenades out the sky.
This guy's getting the start for me.
And, I don't know, bro. But I mean, I guess, but
He's got
mine,
some dope picks. I mean,
matter of fact,
You see his new pic of him in jail?
there you go.
no,
Dude's a fucking
No.
savage.
I don't. First off,
So,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm
like
benching the-
cats,
benching
and
the
I don't
Cup
think
of
I'm
Joe
gonna like
starting,
tigers.
Starting
All right.
Mr. Exotic.
Logan, you got the next one because my
You
three are gonna be controversial, so you got it.
All right,
Who's
all
your
right.
three?
Yeah, here we go.
Wait, real quick. Look at this new
ahead, go
picture
ahead.
of Joe Exotic in jail.
Like,
Like, what a legend.
What's the top say?
Dude's definitely putting
When
his
you
pants
finally
down
get
for
an
sure.
invite to the cookout. That's funny as shit. All right,
All
here
right,
we
go
go.
ahead, look.
I got two, and I don't know which one to start with. What do you guys want? Number one or number two?
Two.
Number two. All right. Jamal Charles, LaDainian Tomlinson, or Maurice Jones-Drew.
LaDainian
Start-
Tomlinson.
Start
Not even
bench cut.
close. LaDainian Tomlinson's my favorite running back of all time.
Kev, you're starting LT. Who you benching?
I'm
who
starting
you cutting?
LT. Who are my other two options? Maurice Jones-Drew and who?
Jamal Charles.
I'm benching Jamal Charles.
Oh,
That man was just different. He shifty, and quick.
Charles and Charles.
What brought him to the end of his career? Injuries?
ACL tear, but he was old. He was in the league for a while, so
And
But,
then I would cut Maurice Jones-Drew. No offense to MGD, hell of a running back, but MJD, hell of a running
Nah,
back.
he's tough. I might have to go the same thing with Kev. I mean, that's if you don't have that lineup right there, then LT
Starting
got to
LT.
be starting. But
he is nasty, bro. When LT was in his prime, it was fun to watch. I'm picking.
Yeah.
I'm starting Jamal Charles just because I'm a Chiefs guy, but I think back to I'm starting Jamal Charles. I'm benching LT and I'm cutting MJD. But I think I think back, I forget what year it was. I wish I knew, but Chiefs played the Raiders. I think in the wild card or the first or like the last divisional game of the regular season.
That was when
And
you
they,
had Dwayne Bowe. I think I
I
remember
think
this.
it was like the Jamal Charles, Dwayne Bowe. I don't know who was quarterbacking at the time. Maybe Alex Smith before his crazy injury, but Jamal Charles went for like 4 or 5 TDs. He had like 65 points in my fantasy league that week. I think it was, yeah, it was. It was my dad and I played in a fantasy football league together with the neighbors. It was like an expensive league, and we were in the championship that week. And he put up like fucking 65 points. The final score, I have the trophy right over here. I should honestly go grab it. It was like 178 to like 64. Like we fucking murdered the guy in the championship. And then Charles had like 100 of our points. All right, here's the real one though. Let's get down to it. I'm glad you guys picked that one first. Start, bench, cut. Your hand, your girl, or your flashlight. Start, bench, cut.
All right, I'm gonna cut the fleshlight immediately because as long as my girl's starting her benching, I don't need that. You know what I mean? I think I'd bench the hand, obviously. I think that's pretty self-explanatory on that one.
And you're starting your girl.
Absolutely.
Because is she gonna watch this?
Nah.
Hey, this is about to be controversial shit.
Yeah, Freddie's in his thoughts right
She
now.
she can
bro.
just offer more than the other
Freddy's,
things.
Fred's
Alright.
deep in his head right now.
So I got 2 scenarios. Number one, if my wife's pregnant, she's getting cut. That's number one. Because I don't understand.
That's really controversial.
You ain't getting no play. Let me tell you something. You ain't getting no play. She don't want nothing to do with you.
You're cutting her and the baby.
Hey,
that's
yeah, I
inside
know
of her.
you're
That's your
I know
kid.
I know you're
You got-
birthing my offspring, but
Hey,
you
you're
gotta
getting-
go.
listen,
you're cutting
listen.
her
You gotta
and your
go.
baby.
Once you hit that second and third trimester, I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't getting no play. So we're gonna bench the fleshlight and we're gonna stick with the old lefty boy. And we starting him up.
Fred's hitting the pen real quick.
He's
But
stretching.
hold on. Obviously, in a perfect scenario, we're starting the wife, starting the girl, we're benching the hand, and we're cutting the fleshlight. But that's why it's controversial because, like I said, if you're talking about second,
Because you
third
just
trimester,
cut your
baby,
offspring and your wife.
you gotta cut it
That's
off,
why
man.
it's controversial.
Hey, you gotta cut it off, man. You'll know when you get there. You're gonna look back at this episode 2-3
Yeah,
years from now, whenever you
golly.
guys decide to have some kids, and then when your wife is 6 months pregnant, you're gonna be like, "Damn, I
Starting
know
the
what Fred was
flashlight.
talking about."
Fred
I knew
was
I should-
finally
yeah,
right
I'm gonna be
about
like-
something.
Like I knew I should have kept my flashlight. I'm starting my girl. I'm benching my hand, and I'm cutting the flashlight. Top down. That's how we men do it around here.
Since let's keep the controversial shit going on then. Start, bench, cut. Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. What's up? Talk to me. What's up?
Well, you start LeBron, clearly. You bench
No.
MJ, and you cut Kobe. Sorry, R.I.P. Kobe.
Oh,
You're
this is a tough
crazy.
one.
You're crazy.
I'm starting Kobe.
Put him on my bench.
I'm starting Kobe. I'm benching MJ and I'm cutting LeBron. What do you think of that, Fred?
That's blasphemous. That's what I think
Dude,
of it.
it's hard
Hey,
to say,
hey,
but I'm
Listen,
I
with
love
you.
Kobe, bro. Kobe,
I'm-
the way Kobe played and the way Kobe was and how Kobe, bro.
I'm with you.
I
I'm
don't know.
starting MJ. I'm benching Kobe, and I'm cutting LeBron because Kobe and MJ won't be on the floor at the same time. That is why Kobe's on the bench. So when MJ's on the bench, Kobe will be on the floor, and they will both give me 40 every night. That's 80 points between two players, 30 minutes apiece.
If not more. Probably get maybe a 50 burger out of
Look,
out of Kobe.
I'm gonna get close to the camera, and I'm gonna say this on the mic. LeBron is not good.
LeBron's the
know
best
about not
basketball
good.
player of all time.
Yeah, he probably is the best basketball player.
LeBron
Listen,
is not
listen.
good.
I'll break it down to you how I break it down to the other casuals I face. Michael Jordan is the most athletic and most purely skilled player this game has ever seen. But LeBron James plays the game of basketball better than anybody has in history. If you want the type of guy that's, hey, it's the game-winning shot, give me the ball, and he's going to jack it with a guy in his face, yeah, you're probably an MJ guy. But I'll take the guy that will drive to the hoop or get to his spot, and then when he sees a defender flinch towards him, will zip it to the open man and trust his teammate. He makes the right basketball play time and time again, and that's why to me he's the best basketball player because he plays the game the best.
Okay, let me ask you this though.
Well said, Kev.
Let me ask you this. A lot of people that play with Michael Jordan did not like to play with him. But did that mean that people did not flock towards him? No, actually the opposite. But yet, because of LeBron James's attitude dealing with younger kids, when I say younger kids, I mean up and coming stars. These younger kids don't view LeBron as the greatest because they don't want to play with him. I'm telling you right now, if Michael Jordan was on that Cavs team after they won a ring, Kyrie would have stayed with him for the next 10 years.
Kyrie wanted to go be his own king.
I understand that, but Kyrie would have, because it's Michael Jordan, would have taken a step back like Scotty and would have been Scotty to Michael Jordan.
I don't think
Kyrie wasn't doing that for Michael Jordan. Yes, he will. Because the difference is
Kyrie's a different being, dude.
Kyrie's selfish too. Kyrie's very selfish.
And that's Michael Jordan loves selfish people. The problem with LeBron is LeBron wanted to conform people to his play style to make them better. Michael Jordan just says, get the fuck out of my way. And then what does Kyrie say? Get the fuck out of my way.
That's kind of how Kobe did it too.
And Kobe.
Yeah.
LeBron is trying to build a team.
It's like old school
to play with him,
bro. It's just two
to play
different
with
times.
him. Like, hey,
Listen,
I'm gonna be
LeBron would play in any era and be the best player ever.
LeBron's like, hey, I'm the point guard of this team when he's 6'9".
LeBron can play 1 through 5. He can guard 1 through 5. His 3-point shot gets better every year of his career, and even if it doesn't get better, it's still good enough it's serviceable. Yeah, he has his bag isn't the greatest bag. He has one really shitty move where he just stares at the ball and lets it fly, but the shit works. He gets to the basket at will. He'll give you 7 rebounds a game with 8 to 9 assists a game. He'll get you 2 steals with a block a game. Like, Michael Jordan was doing all that too. I get it. No disrespect to Michael Jordan. But like I said, he's the most athletic and most purely skilled and talented player of all time. He's the most skilled and purely talented player of all time. But when you're talking about the best basketball player ever, I will take the guy that plays the best version of basketball. And you're never going to convince me that not including your teammates is a great version of basketball.
But listen, if Michael Jordan's pop didn't die and he didn't take a break, no one would have been touching that point, right? No one.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
If after 98, if he just didn't stop, he would have honestly played to like 05, 06.
I would have been able to watch him play.
Dude fucking played minor league baseball. Come on, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of talk about why he did that. A lot of believe that he was suspended for a year from the NBA, but we won't get into all that.
LeBron and MJ talk could go on for years, bro. That's just known.
Look, I'm not the when I bring up Michael Jordan, LeBron, I don't bring up the rings thing, right? Because I understand, like, I get it. Michael Jordan never lost in the finals, but he has lost in the playoffs. So we can't really compare the two, right? LeBron's, I think, was the first year, was like 2 years ago. First time he never made the playoffs in the past 15.
Yeah.
Like that is a feat itself. Whether he
makes it, that's what I'm saying. LeBron did it for 20 years, brother.
Right.
But I get find me anybody else that's doing this shit for 20 to 25 years.
No, and
LeBron's had 3 Hall of Fame careers. His Cleveland career was Hall of Fame. He'll have his jersey retired there. His Heat career was Hall of Fame. He'll have his jersey retired there. His Lakers career with the championships Hall of Fame. He'll have his jersey retired there. If he goes to a 4th team, plays with his son for 2 years, and wins a championship or 2, he easily could be 4 Hall of Fame careers in one career.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, like, you got to talk about the different capabilities. Like the reason LeBron is because he does live, breathe, and play basketball. He spends over $1 million on his body, which is nothing wrong with that. As
like
any person
Ronaldo,
that's right,
Cristiano
anybody that's getting
Ronaldo.
paid millions should do.
Right.
You're talking about the 80s, 90s era, right? Where these guys would come out, drop 30 on you, go fucking at the blackjack table, get fucked up, smoke some cigars. Next game, drop 42 on you. Like, it's just a different type of mindset. Like,
It's two
I
different
believe
times. That's why I hate comparing it, bro.
right. I believe if Michael Jordan was in this era, he would be doing the same exact things LeBron would be doing. And if LeBron was in the 80s, 90s, he would be doing the same thing that he wouldn't be.
We will never know. So we will never have proof of that.
The one thing I will say is, to me, I'm not one of those like LeBron guys where I just defend him no matter what. Like, there's a lot of interviews of him and a lot of like stuff off the court that I see, and I'm like, oh, like, LeBron, what are you doing? I will say I respect, he's been famous for how long. He's never had a scandal of cheating on his wife or pushing a woman or doing anything like that. So props to him. But like, for example, every book he's caught with, he's on like page like 15 of the book. Like, bro, you're not reading that book. Like, we've never caught you like 3/4 of the way into a book. He says his favorite movie is Goodfellas, and he was asked his favorite quote from the movie, and he said all of them. Like, bro, there is 3, I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 or 4 Goodfellas. Like, you should have a favorite part, not just every movie that they've ever created. So I do agree with that he could be like, his person is, and his vibe is a little weird and quirky, but as a basketball player, to me, he's the GOAT. Unfortunately, we are out of time, so we are going to wrap the episode up, but make sure you check out our socials down in the description. We thank you for listening yet again, and we will be back next week. Take it easy, guys.
Yes, sir. Like and subscribe, bro. Leave the comments. Hit me up about what I should wear for next episode, too.
Spider-Man suit.
Will wear a Spider-Man suit. All right, guys.
All right, peace out.
Later, guys.